the Mac. No voice. No sound. Oh dear. Okay. What's going on here? Is it working now? Sound? Is sound working? Fine now. That's weird because all I did was disable and re-enable my microphone for track 1 on OBS. Okay. If sound is okay, then write something in the chat. Sound is back on. It's back on. Good. Okay. So today we are doing multiplayer game testing on the Mac Mini M4 Pro. So this machine has various stats today. I'm showing you 16 GPU cores. We are running, let me see, the RAM is 24 gigabytes of RAM, and we have 12 CPU cores. And we are going to be doing a bunch of multiplayer game testing. So I've got my list on the bottom left. If you have any suggestions for games that are multiplayer and are slightly competitive and can be played online, I'm basically compiling quite a big list of the best games that you can play on the Mac. Yesterday, in yesterday's stream, I covered Marvel Rivals. So if you want to check out that stream, Marvel Rivals, I did that yesterday. So that runs pretty well, actually. And today I'm going to cover a bunch more: Counter-Strike 2, Palworld, Rust, 7 Days to Die, Unturned, Terraria, Warframe, blah, blah, blah. There's a list on the left. I'll try to cover some of them. I'll see how we get on with this. Yeah, I'll just play a few rounds of stuff, play a few games. 3NC3L4D3. Is that Left 4 Dead 3? 3NC3. Okay. So yeah, I am doing very well, thank you. I've been returning my Macs and stuff. This one is also going to get returned at some point as well. And I had a very embarrassing thing where instead of sending back my M4 Max MacBook Pro, I accidentally sent my M1 Max MacBook Pro inside the box of the M4 Max. And then I had a funny conversation with Apple about it. So my M4 Max is behind me, and I'm supposed to return that at some point. And I put my M1 Max MacBook from 2021 instead. That's quite funny. So they're going to send it back to me. I'm going to send back my M4 Max at some point. And we're also returning this M4 Pro probably today or tomorrow. It's due a return at some point. Okay, let's go on. So I'm going to be testing out a few games today. I'm running Counter-Strike 2 using, of course, the latest version of Crossover Preview. And I found it works pretty well using this December the 20th version of Crossover Preview, which is going to be basically the precursor to Mac games on, running through Crossover 25. So I expect Crossover 25 to come out very soon. And so, it's quite exciting to see all this stuff happening and this working so well. We are running Counter-Strike 2 using D3D Metal. So there's an argument to use DXVK or D3D Metal. I think both of them can work pretty well on the Mac. So Vlad asks, does anyone have an issue with Xbox Control and Dirt Rally? If it's like a feral port, then there are like controller fixes for some of the games, so make sure to check that out. Okay, great. So I'm just going to play like a round of Counter-Strike 2. So basically, in this game, I normally just set this to low. So we've got low on here, and it's running at 1440p on the low preset, VSync's off, and let's play a game. So often what you want to do with these multiplayer games is you want to kind of run them a little bit because of shader compilation, because stutters basically when your animations and shaders appear, so you kind of want to make sure that is working correctly before you kind of benchmark properly. You want everything to run, because this game I wouldn't try to play this game competitively because it will stutter. But I would it's not the worst necessarily. So yeah, it runs okay. We're getting decent frame rate at 1440p. Just better as well as I might be a bit laggy as well, just because of my poor internet connection. What is this? What is this game mode that I have on? Is this gun game? I think I'm banding a bit because of my lag. Let me just see, what's my ping like? Does it tell me, how can I see what my ping is? Whoops. I'm just really bad at this game, just FYI, okay? I think this is going good. I was playing a little bit of a bot game earlier. I think it was going well. That's bad sniping. What's my preferred controller? I do like DualSense controllers, but my favorite is the Xbox Series controllers, just because it's a way easier to pair. I like that there's a dedicated pairing button, so if you use multiple devices like I do, right, it's just a bit more forgiving. Oh, it's a deagled. Ping is shown at the bottom of the screen. Where's the ping shown? Because I can see like a date, and there's a few numbers there, but I don't really recognize what they mean. I'm not good at this game. I was doing better against the bots. They're really noobish. Easy bots. Oh, I've got 7 health. Ouch. So just remember that I'm running this on a 5G connection. Oh god, I just got a terrible shoot. Ping's about 60. Okay, that's not too bad for 5G, right? Got no excuses not to win. I mean, ideally you want about 10, don't you? 15. Why are they ganging up on me? Does CST work on a MacBook with? Yeah, it does work. Just make sure you've got 16 gigabytes of RAM. If you want it to work on an M2, it'll work. Ouch. It'll work not too bad on a MacBook Air M3. Stuttering now. I think, to be honest, right, Marvel Rivals works surprisingly well on a Mac through crossover. Oof. What does it say my ping is 60? Gonna camp here for a second. Oh, a bit of lag stuttery there. Oh, that's... Killer. Is the fluency good? I'm not sure how it is on is this like D3D metal? So there are some major like lag. Yeah, what I might do is try this. Let's try this running on. Let's try this running with DXVK instead. I'll just quit out of Steam entirely first. Okay, because people have been saying that the DXVK runs better. It's hard to know exactly if that's the case. Let's just give it a go. There's weird noise coming from the computer. Sort of line in noise. Let's see if that's better. So how are you guys all today? Are you doing much gaming on the Mac these days? Any particular games you want to look at? I'm going to be doing a bunch today. I miss Overwatch so bad, yeah. Well, Marvel Rivals is basically Overwatch, so, you know, why not play that instead? Can the Metal HUD display core temperature? It cannot, but there is a new overlay, which I could give a go later. To enable ping, go to Settings, Game Telemetry, Enable Ping and FPS. Thank you, Noor Hamid. I will have a look at that. I wonder how it would run on Asahi Linux when they support M4. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that tapping noise. I've just removed it, I think. Yeah, no, I just fixed that. I don't know. I think it's something to do with my line out cable. Yeah. A few sound issues today with that stream starting and no sound. That's going to kill my retention on my average video view duration. So because I'm running this through DXVK, it's going to redo all those caches, I think. The shared compilation caches. Okay, so what else are we doing today? We're doing Tekken. Okay, good. So let's see, we're still on low. The sound is not really syncing properly. It doesn't sound good. I'll enable the ping settings as well. So, okay, it's reset my thing. I don't want to get to low. It's sad that Overwatch 2 is not working on the Mac anymore, just due to the fact that we have all those issues with some update that happened, I mean, like about a month ago now. But luckily, Marvel Rivals is kind of scratched that itch for most people. Okay, so we need to go game telemetry. What's the telemetry? Here we are. Show ping always. Okay. Let's do a bot match first. Still much. I did buy the Wukong 8-bit controllers, playing it with Bluetooth, and I was very disappointed with the keyboard. And later found out to play on Windows, I need the wireless dongle. Oh, okay, seriously, doesn't pair by Bluetooth. The 8-bit controllers are normally really good. I've got several. I have several of them. What I don't like about them is that the lack of a pairing button, like syncing. I find it very unreliable, and also having multiple. For some reason, like having multiple 8-bit devices introduces a lot of like Bluetooth lag, whereas I haven't found the same issue on the PS5 controllers and the Xbox controllers. So it's kind of a weird one. So I give this a chance to like work its magic. Because it needs to, it's stuttery at the beginning, like it is now, okay? So just give it a minute. See, it needs a bit of time to. So I heard the noise of dying, and then I have to wait for my body in the game to catch up. If you go with Bluetooth, it works with Android key maps, and for Wi-Fi dongle works well with Windows. Yeah. Often Wi-Fi dongles are pretty good, you know. This is like way worse than D3D Metal. I can also see like substantial artifacting as well. So the walls, it was flickering a minute ago. We've got the same settings on, so. We're running at 1440p low. Hi Andrew, I appreciate everything you're doing. I can't help but wonder why you're this much interested in Mac gaming. I think Mac gaming is, I find it interesting because we're trying to run games on basically a new CPU architecture, right? And there's various ways of doing it. Like, you know, running this, there used to be a Mac port of this game. And I just find it very interesting that there's millions of Apple Mac users who could potentially play games, and with a little bit of hand-holding, it could actually work pretty well. Like Counter-Strike 2 has no right working on the Mac at all. I mean, this is okay. To be honest, this is barely working. This is barely working. See this tree as well. It's not really rendered correctly. You can see kind of. I know it's not the most important thing in the Counter-Strike 2, but it shows that other things might not be working. Also, what I find fascinating about Mac gaming as well is that, you know, Apple are sitting on basically a huge gold mine potential. Apple could easily take over the desktop gaming market if they really wanted to, because you have you have millions of Apple users, Apple computers now using ARM chip M series Macs, which now contain powerful GPUs, right? So all of these GPUs are now capable of playing AAA games to some extent, similar level to like a PS4, PS5. And what's really lacking is, you know, the software support for it. And, you know, that's something that Apple could easily solve. They've got like a huge bank of money to play with. So, you know, really, there's all this potential, and it's untapped. And you can kind of see this as we're playing these games through the translation layers. We could get games like Counter-Strike 2 working pretty well. This is actually running smoother now, so we've given it like 5 minutes, and I'm playing with the keyboard and mouse. I am using an MX Master 3S, which is not exactly proper gamer mouse. I'm going to join a real match in a minute. Mac Mini could be an alternative to PlayStation and Xbox. That's true. Metal 3 is better. Have I played Dead Space Remastered? What, on the binned? This is basically the base M4 Pro machine, so I'm not really sure which machine you want me to test it on. Okay, I'm going to try a real online match in a minute. Okay, let's try Royale online match. Now that's kind of done its magic, I hope. DXVK, probably good. How's the input delay? I don't really know how to measure that. I am using a wireless Bluetooth mouse, so I'm not really sure I'm qualified. Okay, let's do deathmatch at Dust 2. We're running this at 1440p low, so I think it would actually run better. It actually runs better on D3D Metal, so it's an interesting comparison. The binned M4 Max with 14 cores and 32 GPU cores. Yeah, I didn't test that one. I just want to buy the higher end one to test that in the end. I mean, it's gonna be between the M4 Pro and the M4 Max. I mean, what? It's gonna be somewhere between that. It's not gonna be that big a deal. Okay, let's do this. Arms race is good. Okay, yeah, you're right. I thought this was arms race. Oh, a stuttery mess. There's definitely more artifacting on DXVK, so I'm not sure I'd recommend it that much. It might take a while for me to like, because I'm loading a real online match. There's I think there's more shader cache. I'm also getting annihilated in this game. Yeah, I'm not sure DXVK is the right way to go in this. I'm not having a good time. I think I was playing better on the D3D Metal. There's way more artifacting on this. Okay, so that is Counter-Strike 2. So I think it's running okay. I think that you're probably better off running this to D3D Metal. Let me just quit out of this. I'll just open it again, a bit safer. There's also DXMT as well. I haven't tested it on that, so at some point. What configuration of M4 Pro are you playing aboard that 1 terabyte 200 CPU config? No, I'm using the 12 CPU config. Is there a 20 CPU config of the M4? There's no 20 CPU of anything. There's a 16 CPU M4 Max. There's no... Oh, you mean GPU? Because I've got 16 GPU cores here. Okay, let's do that. So we've done Counter-Strike 2. Let's see if we can run... Let's do some Palworld. So Palworld, of course, is coming onto Mac very soon. We can still run the Windows version. Let's have a go. Will you try voiceover game or make your own game one day? Never going to make my own game. Do I have any of the skills or to be honest, interest in actually making my own game? Yeah. I'm using G20. It's pretty good. Okay, G20 mouse. Yeah. Should be okay. Let me see. I'm just checking the chat at the moment. Does this way of gaming limit the brightness of the M4 MacBook Pros? Can CSGO in HDR or at least SDR up to 1000 nits? I haven't really looked at nit count. I'm playing a Mac Mini at the moment, so we are using, we're using a 4K screen to game at the moment. So running at 1440p. So that's what I'm doing. I don't really care that much about nits, to be honest. Do we need to consider 4K gaming at all? Does it make a difference once you immerse your game? I think 4K is like quite a big compromise in game quality, in terms of performance. I think most people won't notice a big difference between 4K and 1440p. 1440p is like a much better sweet spot, and it's like half the pixel number as well. Yeah, so Palworld, of course, is coming out in February, but it's worth testing out, I think. Okay, so we should be able to run this at medium. This is through the Windows translation layer. Just a second, because someone's on my door. Okay, Postman is gone. Okay, good. So yeah, playing this game through a server will actually be better on performance than running it locally, because you don't have to run the game and a server at the same time. So let's just see. Let's find one without any passwords. I've never actually joined one of these before. Okay, let's go. Let's try this out. Any cool... Oh, okay, let me see. Just can't catch up with the chat. Can we have a match? I'm recording footage. I'm not taking requests unless... No, I'm not going to do a match. Are the workarounds to take up more space? What do you mean by taking more space? I've definitely loaded up Mac to Windows because I hosted a server on a Windows computer. I have tested on a Mac before. That does work. So this should load. Will the native version of Cyberpunk run on the M1 MacBook Air? I do expect it to run, because it will run at the moment. The main issue is like RAM usage. Interesting. Maybe what I'll do is I'll run a dedicated server from my gaming PC. I wonder how Palworld will perform on the M1 Mac. Let me see if I can... Let me just see if I can run a Palworld dedicated server. Then I can just join my own server from a different computer. Or I could just... Let me just load it up on my own. Did Valve ever give a reason why they cancelled Counter-Strike 2 for M Series Max? No, they didn't give a reason. It's just the reasons are just self-evident, obvious. Okay. Let's give that a minute to kind of like catch up with all the stuff. So, QD Wang asks, will 1080p graphics settings be more blurry than 1440p? Yes, for sure. So, for 1080p is basically 1/4 of the resolution of a 4K TV. 1440p is closer to 4K than 1080p. It's going to be way better. The integer scaling, I think it's like 1.1.5 times more to get to 4K. This should run pretty well. I mean, I've tried this on my M1 Max chip before, and it runs really well. But M4 Pro, let me see if I can get this dedicated server going. What I'll do actually is I'll get my other account, and then I'll load up a game and just try running it. So Netvo TV, do you ever think we are heading for a subscription rent computer soon with a powerful cloud server, and we just own a really good battery life, low spec device to access it soon? I mean, that is the future. Cloud gaming is probably going to be the thing that takes over, maybe in 10 years' time. It's certainly, you know, we've had some very high profile failures over the last few years. Of course, Stadia, and then the one that was before that called Live. What was it called? Live something. On Live? Was it? Let me see if I can download. Let me see if I can download this without tanking my entire stream. Oh, God. Not. Thanks very much. Okay, just neighbor picking up the post. Oh, the stream is a bit tanked. I think I won't download Palworld yet. Oh, okay, this is gotten substantially better. MacBook M1 Air Gang. Yeah. Well, I can actually area affect my punches. So hitting more than one land ball at a time. So, do I have dual citizenship? Yes, I do have dual citizenship. I'm officially, I also have residency in Taiwan as well, so not just UK. So I was born in the UK, and family's from Taiwan. And it means that I'm also allowed to work and live in Taiwan as well, and also get healthcare there, which is quite funny. And let's try can I go back to my title and then just load up my other save game? Why can't I join a multiplayer game? it something to do? Maybe look at community servers instead of the official ones. I'm sure that once I'm sure that once this comes out officially on Mac, then we won't have that issue. It's showing 0 ping here, so let me just try and join an open server with a low ping. Dual citizenship's quite handy to have. I mean, it means that I can get phone contract and stuff like that all working out. Bank account in Taiwan, etc. If I wanted to take a loan, etc. A lot of stuff which I could do with the dual citizenship. One day I will move to Taiwan. The bad Fred, you live in Southeast Asia. Which country in Southeast Asia? Let me guess. Thailand. No, Philippines. Singapore. Malaysia. These are all good places to go. I'd love to like move to a different country, especially because all my income is let me find a different map to start in. All my income is online, and instead of living in a very expensive part of North London, I could be living in somewhere much cheaper in Southeast Asia, sipping drinks on the beach in Thailand or something. 10-year residency in Malaysia. Did you are you Malaysian, or did you get the gold digital nomad visa thing in Malaysia? Which part of Malaysia are you in? Are you in KL? Are you in Johor Bahru? Do you go to like Singapore a lot? Uncle Roger is a lot in Malaysia recently. I think he lives in LA, doesn't he? See, this game actually runs a lot better once you have once you're connected to a multiplayer server, because it's like you're not doing any of the work of hosting the game server, so your performance of the game is substantially better. So here we're getting like, this is 1440p medium, and we're getting like over 70 FPS. Have I come to India? No, I've never been to India. I do plan to go one day, but I don't find it as appealing a destination as Southeast Asia. You know, I think Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia. These are all like really desirable places for digital nomads to live. India, not so much, I think. So, do I have... Oh, I'm cold now. Okay, cool. So this is working. Palworld is working. You can play it online. I'm not sure why the official servers weren't working. Okay, good. So Palworld's done. Okay, let's try and do some... Just power up my... There's a large Indian community in Brickfields, KL. Okay. Yeah. Well, Indian, Malay, and Chinese living as one, right? Okay. Mainly says that I became a dual citizen back in March. Okay. Dual citizen of which countries? The food in Malaysia is amazing. Yeah, I really miss the hawker centers. I really miss I was telling my kids about Milo Dinosaur. Have you ever had a Milo Dinosaur, which is like a hot chocolate drink with like Milo and then an ice cream scoop on top? The Milo. Let me look at this up. Can't remember this because there's a whole thing of there's a whole like ranking from those centers. Milo Dinosaur. Is it Singaporean? Oh, this one is the one with the Milo with the Milo, which is like this chocolate drink. Ugh, can't get into it now. A Milo chocolate drink, and then there's a Godzilla, which is like with an ice cream scoop on it. I think that's cool. I have an iPad Mini for portability, but I think that have a portable device is always a better option than a desktop machine. I think portable devices in general are better because you can always plug them into a dock, especially using a Thunderbolt, and it will work pretty well. Just get to it. There's a snack called a bakwa. I've not had that before. What's a bakwa? What is a bakwa? So I have the M4 Max MacBook Pro 128GB. And one thing I've noticed is on some games, my games aren't perfect FPS, so everything's in slow-mo. I've experienced this. Some games are tie their in-game logic to the frame rate, so Canada and UK. Well, it really depends on the game mainly. Which games are running in which games are you trying to run? Because that's probably one of the most important factors. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to run Tekken 8 because it's running on my NAS, and I don't really. I think it'll run slower than this. Actually, you know what? I already have footage of this from previous versions of crossover preview, so I'm not going to do this one, to be honest. Let's try to cover stuff I've not covered for a long time or covered before. So yeah, let's whack out some. Let's skip crossover. Let's go to macOS for a minute. Okay, let's do some Rust. Okay, let's quit out of Steam. Let's quit out of that. Okay. It's minced pork or chicken in sweet marinade. Okay, that gets grilled. Soroi bakwa. Okay, I've got to try that next time I go to Malaysia. My next destination is Taiwan, Hong Kong again. So doing that in Easter, which will be fun. I wish we would have time to pop out to Malaysia. I have very good memories of. I have very good memories of going scuba diving in Malaysia. A lot of fun. And Pulau Perhentian, which is an island in the northeast. I used to have friends in Singapore. I kind of lost touch. So let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna try Rust now because basically there's a new port of Rust, which became Apple Silicon native since the last time I tested this. So this is now a native game now. So I'm hoping that the graphics the quality will be better. Okay. So this is like a media map on this is a media map running Rust, the native ARM Mac version. So it's relatively new port. The one that I tried a few months ago when I was testing the M4 chips ran exceedingly badly. So I don't really know. I just want to test this and make sure it's working better. I started getting into PC gaming because of you, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but definitely glad I maxed it out, yeah. The thing is, right, that maxing out a Mac is a nice in principle in theory, but the thing is that it's the new Macs come out all the time. So I'm always a bit wary of like maxing out a Mac because you'll get much better performance if you just buy the new Mac, sell the old one every year. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a little mini break for a second while I'm just waiting for this to load. So I'm nearly done, but I'll be right back. Okay. Well, nearly loaded. So the M series Macs have IOMMU, so that's input output multi something support, allowing you to use GPU pass through. In theory, you could pass through a Thunderbolt GPU to your x86 Windows VM. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that because Parallels recently started supporting x86 virtual machines, but I've heard the performance is bad. Okay, so this 1440p, but the screen, I mean, it says that it's, let me try full screen in this bad boy. It says it's going at 2880, which it kind of looks like it because that doesn't look like, this doesn't, I had this issue before, I can't change the resolution properly. Like I'm trying to set this to the correct. See, it's getting 60 FPS at windowed, but as soon as I full screen it, it's definitely running a different resolution. So I think what I might need to do is change the desktop resolution, which is irritating because I don't really want to do that. Let's see if I can do that actually, if I can just change the desktop resolution of the desktop, because once you do that, then it will make this whole thing a bit easier to deal with. So right now we're at 1440p. If I change this to 1080, and then I full screen this, it's still trying to double the resolution. So that's like double of 1080p. I was trying to run it in basically 4K. What you want to do is use SwitchRes X to like change it from the double resolution to the single resolution. So I'll just do that now. Let me just put this back into windowed mode. I'll change switch res X, and then we'll change the desktop resolution to 1080p. So when you use switch res X, you can, there's basically high DPI, which is basically like a doubled resolution. But if we change it to the non-high DPI, then this should, in theory, look better. Let's just check this. Okay. So graphics quality is set to medium. The screen is set to... Okay, so this is the genuine article now, 60 FPS at 1080p. But you've got to change your screen resolution down. And it's V-synced for some reason. Let me just turn this off. V-sync's off. It seems to be capped at, is it capped at 60? Looks like it's capped at 60. If I change this to variable instead, would that make a difference? I hope that doesn't just kill it, because sometimes you do that on a full screen game, it doesn't like it. Well, my screen, my monitor doesn't like it. Let me just see if I can get the game to run that. Okay. Okay, my screen doesn't like it, but I can actually run this at higher than 60 FPS now. So this is like 1080p medium. Okay, do we think... let's read up the stuff. So yeah, Super Animal Royale, I will do that soon. Okay. I don't plan on selling this with my matching for the next 50 years, but it's true hardware gets harder to run as time goes on, but I think logic, yeah, if you're using it for work, then it's fine. But it's just so easy to migrate your data from one Mac to the other. Like, why not just you know, upgrade your Mac? This game is using a tremendous amount of RAM, so you definitely need. If you look at the top right hand side, we're very close to approaching that 24 gigabytes of RAM. So this looks like a player structure. So how do I? It's cool to see actual player creations here. Is that like a sentry gun? It looks like a flamethrower sentry. Is Rust like that game Ark Survival? Yeah, I guess so. Similar. Okay, so this game is now performing way better than when I tried to run it before. It's now a native ARM game, so definitely running better, but definitely recommend more than 20 gigabytes of RAM. Frame timing is okay. It's way better than it used to be, which we used to like pause every few seconds. Why bother to spend money on an iGPU? We can get that with the M4 Max. Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, there's no point getting discrete GPUs. I just find them very unreliable. It's like if you knock the Thunderbolt cable at all, then it's gonna basically stop working, and you have to restart, and it's just a real pain in the ass. Like, why would you even bother? The current state of Parallel's crossover game support and performance, I would prefer having an iGPU just to run the perfect gaming. I mean, if you're going to buy an iGPU, you might as well just spend an extra $300 buying a motherboard, RAM, and a CPU. Maybe $400. Yeah, just get a basic one, and it will just perform way better than trying to get a virtual machine running. Just buy a PC. Like the most expensive component of a gaming computer is basically the GPU. And then if you're gonna buy an enclosure for that GPU, which is gonna cost you like $200 or $300 anyway, then why not just buy a cheap case, cheap motherboard, cheap RAM, and cheap CPU, and you'll have much better gaming performance running Windows than trying to Frankenstein together this virtual machine on a Apple Silicon Mac business. Yeah, $300 is all you need. You can find secondhand parts. You know, it's just you don't need that much for a good gaming computer. Okay, Rust is working. You just don't need that much to game on a Mac, to game on PC. It's actually quite forgiving in a lot of ways. So, for example, there's a really good website called Logical Increments, right? And what you can do, let's say United States, okay? Okay, let's iGPU. Let me just look at this. Wait a second. Why can't I see my monitor? I want to get my 1440p back. I had how come my monitor's not turning back on? Yeah, that's better. Good, got my computer back on. Okay, good. So, like an iGPU enclosure, right? We're looking at how much were we talking about? Is it that cheap? Is this a good one? We want a reputable one, right? Is this Thunderbolt? Anyway, yeah, logical increments, right? Let's say we're looking at you could build a whole PC for $436, you know, with a basic CPU integrated into the board. Let me see here. So like, so this GPU is only $83, but if you get like a 12th gen i3 for 85, you get a motherboard for 110. So those are the two main components, and then RAM for 21, small hard drive, or an SSD. So that's like four. Okay, let's take this line here, 436. So 137 plus 70, so that's like 207. 200 plus the 207. I would get a solid state drive and the power supply for 40. Yeah, like $300, 300 and something bucks, 350 with a really cheap case, like $350 basically. So basically, it's this 436 minus the graphics card, right? And that's much better value than an enclosure. Just pop on a Windows game for a Windows operating system, and that would just be way better than that. Most $150, but they're all Thunderbolt 4. Yeah. All the games I'm currently playing run perfectly fine on M4 Max. For crossover, I'd love to hear your share if iGPU performs better than M4 Max. A Windows PC running probably like a 3070 is probably going to perform better than an M4 Max, in my opinion. Okay, good. So that one's definitely working. Let me see. While we're on macOS, let's try the other game that is. Do people play 7 Days to Die? Maybe I should buy it. Yeah, people still play this one. And do people still play Rust a lot? 7 Days to Die is 20K. This is 80K. So yeah, a lot more people playing Rust. Okay, good. So, I mean, any other Mac? Yeah, Super Animal Royale. That was it. Okay, let's install this. that's kind of my main point. I want to try it out and make an entire YouTube video showing it off. Yeah, I just personally I just don't see much value in trying to get virtual machines to run better using iGPUs, because at that point you've invested so much money into virtual machines. Yeah, if you're writing URLs, it's gonna block the message. So if you want to send me a URL, just put it in the Apple Gaming Wiki Discord server under my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll look at it there, or just like don't write a full link. Just tell me what it is exactly. Then I can search for it online. Yeah, so I don't really see much value in like doing a lot of work on iGPUs. It's just not going to work out. Okay, so I'm gonna do Unturned. Okay, let me just investigate 7 Days to Die. Do people still play this a lot? This is a big deal. I was just posting links to buy PC. Yeah, you know, logical increments, build your own PC. It's very cheap, right? To get into PC gaming, there's very little required. Far cheaper than a Mac, in many ways. If you want to play these like PC games to any kind of level, and it's upgradable as well. Like this base tier of 279 is incredibly cheap, and this will get you decent. I think decent gaming. It's a site called Logical Increments. It basically puts tiers of gaming computers so that you can, you know, there's no point buying like a really fast 4090 RTX 4090, but pair it with a weak CPU. You want to kind of have the same level. So these tiers are quite helpful. Still trying to wrap my head around how RAM translates to GPU of a PC, which I don't know a lot about. This is why a site like Logical Increments is quite useful, because it's constantly updated, and you have these tiers of CPUs and cases and stuff, which kind of, you can't really go wrong. It's kind of a good starting point. Okay, what other games we're looking at? Yeah, so there's a couple of macOS games that we're going to try. One is the Super Animal thing. So let's try this one out. Super Animal Royale. Yeah, I mean it's hard to find equivalency between like Mac and Windows PC games and stuff. So it's hard to know what is equivalent. But I think in terms of compatibility, I've been a lifelong PC gamer, and there is a big difference between the compatibility and how much faffing. I mean, even with PC gaming itself, there's a lot of faff, like fiddling around with configuration files, you know, losing save games, synchronization, anti-cheat stuff. There's already enough problems with PC gaming, and Mac gaming is kind of like PC gaming on hard mode, right? There's all the stuff to do with PC gaming, and then on top of that, there's also everything, all the translations layer stuff. So I really don't know why you'd want to add on the cost, the difficulty and cost of like adding an iGPU on top of everything else. Okay, so someone recommended me that we okay, I can do this later. Okay, I'm never going to play this on the phone, so I'm okay. So, question. Question, since I'm on M4 Max 128GB, does that mean I'll be able to run Rust better than you currently did? Is that how it works? It just depends on the way that the game uses RAM. Okay, so it's interesting this game doesn't show the metal HUD, because that means it's not using metal. It's probably using OpenGL. Okay, let's play. I think this is like a 2D battle royale game. There's a shopping center in Taipei with any computer stores. Yeah, that's a Guanghua. I've spent a lot of time there. That's where I got my 4080 Super from recently. There's a really cool shop there called Cool PC, which has multiple branches. They're very good for pricing and everything and stock. I spent 1,900 USD on a PC with an i5 14500 and an RTX 4070 and super 32 gigabytes of RAM, and now I can run any game at 1440p, no ultra settings for some high games, but it handles everything I throw. Yeah, I mean, $1,900 is incredibly good value, especially when you compare it to a Mac. So yeah, what are you doing on this channel then? If you, what are you doing watching me play Mac games then? If you're happy with your Windows PC, because honestly, that's probably all you really need. A 4070 Super is like all you really need in this game. Plus, you can ride an emu. Oh, you can hit people with this. Oh, game's starting in a minute. Shout out Coke Zero. I also drink a lot of Coke Zero on the stream. Okay. So Mania, you a streamer as well. What's your YouTube channel? Oh, I see the music videos, eh? That's cool. Is there any way to play GTA Online on Mac without running virtual machines? No, just due to anti-cheat, the only way to run it is to use virtual machine that's compatible with BattleEye. Okay. Super tape. What does this do? Oh, it's a zip line. Ooh, shotgun. Ouch. Okay, that didn't do well. I placed 50th, so it's the first to die. Okay, but I'll just try one more game. I need some kill shots. Yeah, but I stream mostly music content, sometimes Xbox gaming, but now that you've gotten me into Mac gaming, I might try some of this on stream. And possible with my old M1 Pro. M1 Pro is still a pretty good machine. It's not about the spec of the machine. I mean, people don't care about that. What makes the channel interesting, what makes the content interesting is not how fast your computer is, but like the compatibility. That's the only real thing that matters. And compatibility is virtually the same between M1 Pro and, especially if you've got 16 gigabytes of RAM, it's the same basically as between an M4 chip and an M1 chip. M1 Pro is good. I still play GTA 5 on the old M1 base with 16 gigabytes. Yeah. Why do you play it on the Mac? The issue I ran into was through bottlenecking. Yeah, the parallels will introduce substantial amounts of bottlenecking. I thought I was doing really well there because I managed to get a gun. Is that Hongbao? Oh god. Oh my god, died straight away. OBS parallels Logic Pro and X with a lot of plugins. Okay, I'll spectate, and then I'll get some footage of people actually winning at this game. I was hoping you'd ask that, lol. I travel, so carrying a giant PC is not ideal. Yeah, that's kind of the use case of this stuff. It's like you have a gaming PC, you have all these games on Steam already. Then if you go on a plane or something and you want to carry on playing Cyberpunk 2077 or Resident Evil, then why not play it on your Mac while you're traveling and working and doing stuff and you've got a spare hour, right? You don't have access to your giant gaming PC. And Windows gaming laptops are just terrible, like terrible in many ways. You don't get access to the full performance. It's just terrible, right? They're hot, they get loud, they gunk up. The Apple Mac is such a wonderful work productivity device. Playing a few games on it is pretty good. What if you try Pixel Gun 3D? Okay, people keep. Is it you who keeps recommending Pixel Gun 3D? What is Pixel Gun 3D? There's a Steam version, so you're saying it's capped at 60, but I'm okay. I don't mind running the Mac version. Yeah, okay, I'll try Pixel Gun 3D. Oh, let me write this down. Pixel Gun 3D. Do you ever find that with Parallels running in coherence mode, when you press the Windows icon, the menu opens on the monitor you pressed with? I don't use coherence mode because I find it very irritating. Is it possible to play Fallout 4 with mods on a Mac? Yes, I've seen some guides on how to get it running, but I haven't tried it myself. Yeah. So I said I'm never going to bottleneck again 128 gigs. Yeah. Well, you won't be RAM bottlenecked. You'll be bottlenecked in CPU or GPU. With Parallels as well, you need Parallels Pro to run the higher end versions of the virtual machine to make use of all that RAM. But I think there's virtually nothing that uses that much RAM. This guy's really jumpy, isn't he? Okay, I'm gonna do one more game because I actually want to experience what this is like, playing this game properly. I want to get at least one kill. I was really set up well in the first full game. I'm the founder of Capital Gaming Wiki. I'm much more famous for being the founder of PC Gaming Wiki, which is a similar website, which is all of the technical stuff. I don't mind if a game is capped at 60 FPS. Oh, this is actually downloading stuff as well. Is the setting for this to download while playing? Maybe that's why I'm not doing well. I didn't build the website. I did build the website, but it's quite straightforward to deploy open source software in many ways, because that's MediaWiki, which is open source, same software that runs Fandom and also PC and also Wikipedia. So I made PC Gaming Wiki in 2012, so that's 13 years ago now, and I'm still not very good at running a website. It's more about running the community, which is so stressful in itself. Okay, I need a gun straight away. Okay, I've got an SMG, and then maybe some armor or something. I saw the guy running a lot. Let's see if I can kill anyone. What's this hamster ball thing? Let's see if there's anyone else in this game at the moment. Stupid hamster ball thing. We're going to get an email. Oh, okay. Good. Oh, I've been killed. Okay, good. Okay, so that's one game. Let's try this other one called. Oh, there's Unturned, and then there's also what? Pixel Gun 3D. Pixel Gun 3D. I'll run the Mac version. I can't. If it's got a Mac version, I know if someone's saying it's worse, but I'll just run the Mac version instead because I can't be bothered to run this through crossover. There's also Combat Master as well, which is meant to be really good. I've played it quite a lot on my M1 MacBook Air. It's also a mobile game. If I could avoid using Parallels altogether, I would, but it's for a streaming bot called Mixitup. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but I couldn't get it working via crossover. A lot of these like Windows applications work better through Parallels. Lumia Stream for lighting. Okay. At this stage, I would just build a Windows computer. So my setup is that I've got this Mac here, but I use a Windows computer to do the stream. So the Windows is streaming, but the Mac, I'm obviously playing on a Mac through an HDMI capture card. I find having a streaming PC means that you don't have as many issues with running the game on the Mac, with performance being sucked in by OBS, which is substantial. It's not being responsive for some reason. I'll just reload Steam. So yeah, sorry, stream's gone a bit laggy. Just trying to limit the speed a bit. I tend to find crossovers better product for most games. Depends what the game is. So Mainly's asking, I mean, why do some Windows applications work better? It's just because of the way that the wine translation libraries work. Because the virtual machines are being virtualized, a lot of stuff just works better, especially when you have like custom Windows interfaces, login screens, etc. Like one of the big issues with crossover on a Mac is login screens. I mean, login screens are like the bane of wine. Like the Microsoft login screen is basically like the kill screen for crossover wine users. You can't get anything working if it has a login screen that won't render correctly, because there's a lot of tech behind a login screen, making sure that bots can't interact with it, captures, password reset buttons, browser links, etc. There's a lot of like tech that goes behind it, and so even basic stuff like that, crossover just can't handle. It can handle games better. It can run Cyberpunk where virtual machines can't, but yeah, it can't. There's a lot of things that won't work. Parallels is really good for older titles. So some DirectX 11 games and also DirectX 9 games. 32-bit DirectX 9 games is really good at doing that. Let's try to download this again. Warcraft works super well on M4 Pro, also GTA 4. Yeah, I mean, if you're using Parallels, GTA 4 is going to run better on that. So sorry, I missed some stuff above. Superlit asks, can you TK 50p Mac Mini M4? What does that mean? See some other questions. Oh, Lumia stream for lighting. There's like all these like custom interfaces, like they work better being virtualized for some reason. Okay, doing Unturned, and then let's load up Pixel Gun. Let's load up the inferior version of Pixel Gun, whatever. Okay, so we're just trying this out now. Okay, let's try Office. Streamer mode. Okay, let's turn off streamer mode. Yeah. So this is like a big community for Pixel Gun 3D. Just have a look. So how many people playing this game? Pixel Gun. So it's a small community. Yeah. Like, it's not a very fast game. Like, the movement feels really slow. Like a low budget Minecraft type. I mean, probably would better off playing Roblox. I haven't tested out Payday 2 or 3. Let's try another map, and then if there's real players there, then I might continue. How did they get a gun so quickly? How come I don't see any crates of weapons? Where are the weapons gone? What does this do? What's this do? Oh, it's a turret. Okay. Oh, I've got a gun now. Oh, I killed. Oh, I got a kill. Okay, well I killed the dude. Real dude. It's got an RPG. This seems like a bit dead. Having an inventory. Okay. There's no one behind me. So where are the baddies gone? Okay. How do I change this? Oh, I got a rocket launcher. How did he get behind me? Oh, there is a space behind me here. Okay. Battle Royale. Okay, good. So that's working. Okay, let's try another game. Why does it say download failed? You won, yippee. I mean, it barely feels like victory. Probably because I got match made with a bunch of mobile players. Half of them quit, and then half of them probably on a phone. You have a really unique idea for content creation, games on a Mac. I like it. So Unturned is quite a so it's a mod for Quake 2, Quake 1, Quake 2. Used to play it a lot. I wonder if Quake still exists. Does Quake Arena? Do people still play Quake Arena? Clan Arena? Is that called? Where is it? Yeah, what happened to Quake Live? Yeah, people just don't play it anymore. Sad. Okay, what's other games on my list? Someone told me to play Goose Goose Duck. What's Goose Goose Duck? Is Lockdown Protocol a Mac game? Sorry, an online game? Social deduction game. Oh, not so keen on a social deduction game. And a social deduction game. It's like but like Among Us, but 3D. Maybe. Looking for more kind of like substantial games, I'm going to call them. Okay, I want to play Unturned. Okay, let me see. What other things we've got? Terraria. Let's try Terraria. That's what we've got to do. Lethal Company? That's a Payday 2 works, yeah, with this Windows game. I'm still trying to get an EGP working on my M4 Pro MacBook Pro anyways. Good night. Good luck. If you do get it to work, make sure to put a video on it and post it to the Mac Gaming subreddit, and then I'll probably see it. So SteamDB is a really good place to check out concurrent player counts. So if you go to SteamDB, right, and then you go to it's a really quick way to check player counts. So it's a really easy way to ascertain whether a game is dead or not. Because a lot of these games are dead. Terraria obviously not dead. Still substantial amounts of people playing it. Quake Champions still going. Okay, yeah, you're right. Do you think that Quake Champions would be a good game to like run on a Mac? But yeah, you can kind of tell whether a game is good or not by looking at this. And then there's only 197 people in game, which is a very small number. Yeah, I might try Payday too. Okay, welcome to Unturned. Whew. What's happening here? So what we're going to try here is once get Unturned working. Just check this. Unturned 10,000. There's a lot of people playing this game. Busy. You're a survivor in a zombie-infested ruins. It does not like this. Okay, we'll try that out a little bit later. Let's see if we've got any other Mac games to try. Okay, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this later, to the Mac OS. Okay, let's do a bit of Warframe. Yeah, it's a good idea they have the same Mac and Windows version, of course, they have the same icon. So it's very confusing. It can be very confusing. Are you using Parallels for multiplayer support, or did I miss a major crossover release? I'm using crossover at the moment. I'm not using any Parallels today. Okay, let's get some Warframe. So this is a request that I had from Luke Curtis to test out Warframe, and here we are. We're going to test out Warframe. So DirectX 11 version, high performance. Let's play. So on the Mac side, I need to do Unturned and Terraria. I'm not going to do Goose Duck. I don't really want to do a social deduction game. So I've done, let me think, I need to do. Is there any way to open up Fortnite these days? Yeah, you can use FN Mac Assistant. I'll make a video about it at some point. This will help you get Fortnite running. So I'm not running any anti-cheat games really. Just games that can work on the Mac. So a lot of these multiplayer games don't require any kind of anti-cheat bypassing. So this FN Mac Assistant is quite handy because it's basically sideloading the mobile version of the game. Okay. Let me just try and separate what I've already done. Let me see. Okay, why is this taking so long to download? Oh, it was a window. I hate this about crossover sometimes. Sometimes it hides a window behind the other thing, so you can't see it. So I wasn't really waiting for anything. I was just waiting for this pop-up to come up behind it. Okay, it's doing something there. I'll be right back. Gonna go to the toilet. Okay. Okay, well, bandwidth might be a bit bad while I'm streaming. I'm trying to download this, just FYI. If the stream is cutting out, it's because I'm trying to download crap. One day I'm going to get a really good internet connection. Try and download these two things at the same time. Hopefully it won't kill everything. Mushroom crisp. So mainly my current up and down speed is about 250 megabit down, about 20 megabit up. I'm using a 5G router to get my speeds. The part of London that I'm in, I'm only able to get about 75 megabit download, which is very bad. Not fast enough to download these games quickly. Don't know why this Warframe keeps stopping every few seconds. Where I'm at, Virgin gives 1 gigabit. Yeah, I wish I lived in a 1 gigabit kind of town. Which part of? I mean, I know that my neighbor my friend who lives probably about 500 meters away from me in the area of North London that I'm in, is able to access one gigabit download. For me, it's just not an option. Yeah, £31 for gigabit internet is something I would definitely consider. I think we're getting fiber to the FTTC. Is that what it's called? FTTC or FTTP? I think we're going to get 900 megabit in about 2 years' time. That's what the BT OpenReach says at the moment. I'll sign up to an ISP called Cerberus, and they're trying to set up fast GFast, which is about 300 megabit. But I've been having massive delays. Yeah, Hugh Allen, I want to go to Thailand. It would be nice. I want to live in a nice condo with really fast internet. Fastest possible internet, and I could do all my work there, and then go out at night in the heat and the warmth, not be cold. I'm so cold in London. Yeah, I do make use of Wi-Fi 6 for like internal streaming. So I use Wi-Fi 7. So I bought like a BE65 Wi-Fi 7 mesh system, and I also have a 5G connection too, which is very good with the 5G router. Okay, downloading 2 things at once. I use a Deco Mesh system too, and it's so good, very little loss. We have about 6 of the boxes. The main one, Ethernet, is full speed, of course, but then wired into wireless boxes, about 900. Yeah, so I use a BE65 Deco Mesh, Wi-Fi 7, and I also have a X50 5G, which is the 5G router, which is a Wi-Fi 6. So if you try and combine 2 Deco units with different Wi-Fi speeds, basically down speeds to the lower speed, which is very annoying, right? So I had to set them up as 2 different networks. and then plug one into the WAN port of the other one, then I could maintain my Wi-Fi 7 mesh, which is very good. So my property is about 2,000 square foot, right? So it's quite large, Victorian terrace. So it's with a garden extension, so it's quite long. So the Wi-Fi gets all the way down there. I don't have any backhaul Ethernet yet. Planning to do that during a rewire at some point in the future. Who knows if that's ever going to work out properly. Okay, my game Unturned. Okay, well, Unturned won the little race there to see who could download faster. So Unturned is this multiplayer zombie survival game. Is it like 7 Days to Die or something? Been offline much. So I've no idea what I'm doing. I use the version 3.0 at the bridge, and the main router is an XC75 Pro. I only have one more Pro. The other ones are just XC75s. I didn't see any loss. Yeah. Should I have gone an XC75 instead of the BE65s? How do you change the DX version on Warframe? It's in the launcher. The launch options here. You can change DX11 or 12. I'm assuming that DX11 is faster, right? Frame rate's not limited, but it seems to be capping at 60 FPS. It's very dark. Definitely because I had the 65 before, they're the shorter ones. What's the spec difference between the BE65 and 75? Because the BE65s were not cheap. Oh, mainly you've got some like high-end tech in your house, don't you? Do you make a lot of money rapping? Is that? I can't see anything. What am I doing in this game? So let's see. Panda Hut. First person, no players. Semi-vanilla, whatever that means. But I make my money on Twitch. Okay. I'm a songwriter and producer. It's fairly decent. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing in this game. I just know that it's a popular Online multiplayer game on a Mac. Is this like an NPC or is this a zombie? Oh, this one's on fire for some reason. Run through the fields. No, what you do is extremely interesting. Goes revenue from YouTube. Yeah, it's pretty good. Quite happy with it. I've done very well the last 4 years. It's been good. I make a lot of money from sponsorships and affiliates, like a lot. And it's nice having a little audience who appreciates Mac gaming. Okay, so this is Unturned. I don't really feel like playing any more of this because it's terrible. Okay, let's do some Warframe, DirectX 11 mode. Hi guys. Let's make sure this is off. I think what's sad about Warframe is that there is an iPad version of the game, but they never bothered making a Mac version. Let me just check what my Warframe password is. Okay, I'll just type in my Christ login. Verification code. Just got my verification code. Amazing. How hard was it to originally build?
Operator, your foundry segment is ready for installation, operator.
I'll answer that question in a minute once I start playing. Okay, 1440p, VSync off. No upscaling, let's go medium. I always forget how to start a mission in this game. So I've selected the mission here, and then how do I like go on the mission? Like I want to go on Vor's prize. So now we're ready to go. How do I do it? Do I have to like... It wants me to do something here.
Foundry restored. Here, the operator will craft many powerful
So front of the
weapons and
ship.
tools to exact revenge for dismantling me. To expand your arsenal.
But how do you start it?
Oh, no.
Because it's giving me no
Operator,
no...
our component storage has been looted as well. Typical corpus. Sure, the blueprint is free, but jack up the components. Operator, we will need resources in order to build the countermeasure blueprint.
Raid the corpus resource caches, but how do I get to the resource caches? Is this not the front of the ship?
A very explicit message from your ship, Sevlon. If you're looking for resources, why didn't you just say so? I know just the place, but I demand an apology. My mother is no gymnast, and she would never eat those things.
You can go straight to... Operator, I am sorry.
Wow. You may want to get a new ship, Sevlon, when you can afford it. That one seems glitched.
Oh, now I can select it for some reason. Okay, good. So this is working now. Is Warframe a multiplayer game? I'm sure it is, right? It's a big cooperative looter shooter, right? It's like Destiny is a multiplayer game too. Yeah, so how hard was it to originally build? I mean...
Darvo's intel suggests that this outpost is host to several rich supply caches. Raid the caches and take what you need.
I started like filming a lot of like Mac tutorial videos right before the M1 Apple Silicon Mac came out. I did experiment a lot with repair videos, and those did pretty well.
Mindless automatons, freaking lasers. These guys are bad news. But
I didn't actually find it that challenging to scale up. It's just experimenting with a lot of formats. It was quite interesting, like going through everything. Is there like a PvP mode in Warframe? The RTS 11 mode works pretty well. I mean, we're looking at 100 plus FPS on the M4 Pro. It's just a shame that they have an iPhone port of this game. They just haven't done anything to port it over.
Keep moving. There is more here.
Technically, this is stealing, but don't let that bother you. The Corvus aren't exactly beacons of moral fortitude either. They sell anything to anyone. Don't
PvP is
get me
dead.
wrong, I like profits. A lot. But I don't sell my wares to the damn
So
thing.
if I wanted to play with other players, right? What's the easiest way to do it? I don't think any games with anti-cheat are going to work, I'm afraid. So if you really want to play Helldivers 2, it's just very unlikely that it's ever going to happen, because the way that anti-cheat is going is like anti-cheat is becoming more strict, not less strict. With games like Apex Legends, removing anti-cheat support for a platform as big as the Steam Deck, you know, it just means that when it comes to Mac support for these for anti-cheat, it remains incredibly unlikely, because if the Steam Deck can't do it, then Mac definitely can't do it. No, it's okay. Thanks for offering to do it. I just want to get a little bit of footage so that I can show this on the next video that I do. It's Warframe. Warframe's working. Good. Let's try. So we had Unturned. Let's do Terraria. Okay, I don't really know how to play Terraria. I have all these games I don't really know how to play. It wouldn't be possible on Asahi Linux. If it might be able to run on Asahi Linux once they get full DirectX 12 support, maybe. That's the kind of thing, you know. There's multiple ways in which Mac gaming could work, and Asahi Linux is one of those one of those options. Okay, can we join a multiplayer game? Oh, it's not just, they're not servers, they're... Terraria. Yeah, I have a video. Well, there's not many games that run on Asahi that don't run on Crossover. One of the exceptions is like basically any Vulkan-based game has the potential to run on Asahi Linux. For example, Doom Eternal. Sorry, Doom 2016. That does work. To be honest, I haven't tried Asahi in a long time, so that's something that I will test out soon. I accidentally shipped my M1 Max computer, which is the generation that is compatible with Asahi Linux, the M1 and M2 generations. I accidentally shipped my M1 Max as a return to Apple. It's very stupid, okay? I only figured that out today. Let's hoover up this tree. You're gonna mine below, right? Okay, Terraria. This doesn't really have like multiplayer servers. If you want to play this properly, you need to like host a game, right? Hello Peter Pan, thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. Okay, good. I think I just managed to dig myself in. Oops. It's not a good idea playing this at 1440p because it's like I can't see anything. Okay, this is even worse. I can't see anything at all. And my mouse is also bound to that bottom right. Okay, I'm gonna quit out of this. Okay, Terraria. When I did the video, I'll probably use some multiplayer game footage from the trailer or something. Okay, that's Terraria. I guess we'll do a couple more Windows games through Steam. Okay. let's do it. So maybe I'll cover Tekken. I've already got footage of Tekken, so yeah, let's do a couple of these. Liar's Bar. It's one of these like streamer type games, which are such as deduction games. Of which there are many. I won't want to feature too many of these. Do you mostly try games in preview first? I mean, sometimes I do. Let's try like medium. I've never played this game before. I have no idea what I'm in for. Okay. I have to press ready. Queen's Table.
Queen.
Not sure what that means, claiming a queen.
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 Queen. Queen.
Queen.
Queen.
I'm gonna call liar.
Liar.
Whoops. Okay, great. I call the liar and then have to
Time to
shoot
flirt with
myself now.
danger. Huh. Queen. Queen.
Queen.
Queen.
Queen. Liar.
I didn't lie.
It's me or the bullet. Oh.
King.
Queen.
Queen.
I have a chaos card. I'll play this round. Call it if you want. Okay. Chaos will be fun. What does chaos do?
Hey! It's your turn.
Queen. Liar.
I didn't lie.
Yeah.
I did lie.
And I know the cost of lies. King.
So I'm claiming that's a king. So I actually throw a queen. King. I threw a queen down instead of a king.
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 Liar.
Chaos card.
Goodbye, buddy.
Oh no, they're all gonna shoot me.
I'll miss you.
Let's wreck this place.
Phew. Okay, I'm gonna queen.
Queen.
People keep thinking I'm lying. They almost all shot me. Oh god. Am I the orange one?
Queen. Liar.
He keeps calling me liar. I'm not the liar. I'm gonna shoot him. Bastard.
No bull, just fate. Oh.
Oh god. He's not dead yet. This guy always calls out lies. What's
King.
King.
What is M card?
King.
Come on, call me a liar. I dare you.
King.
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 Pick an M card, whatever that is.
Liar.
What's an M card?
The master's here. Now who's begging to get taught a lesson?
Bye bye. Oh, it didn't work.
King.
It's just a lie. This person's thinking too long. I think they're lying.
King.
I call a liar.
Liar.
Oh, I should have used the chaos card.
Admit it. You all want me as your master.
I should have used my chaos card. My next
Queen.
bullet is my last one.
Queen.
Liar.
Why are they all trying to shoot me? Oh, I'm definitely dead.
This is just the foreplay.
Ow. Betrayal. I was the orange one.
Queen.
Liar. Let's hope this bunny's still got luck. King.
King.
King. Liar. Here's to taking chances.
Oh my god, 5 out of 6. The next one is definitely.
Queen.
You want your last bullet.
Queen.
That's king. So
Bold
she,
move. Dumb, but bold.
you can't shoot me. I'm dead already. Oh. Ouch. Okay, that was an interesting game. Okay, Liar's Bar. There's another game called let me see. We did Warframe. So I think I've kind of covered. Oh, last thing I wanted to cover is Tekken. I mean, I've already got Tekken 8 footage. Yeah, I've already got this. What's one-armed robber about? So somebody said that one-armed robber is a good heist game. Is this a good game? Interesting. I think it's like a Payday style game. Oh, question from Joseph. Sorry, I didn't answer any questions while I was playing Liar's Bar. Does playing games through parallels utilize the GPU, or is it purely CPU-based workloads? It's really both, right? But you can only access half the CPU cores because it's a virtual machine. Just be aware of that. Okay, I'm just running Baldur's Gate 3 through crossover because I've heard that this might run better than the macOS version of the game because of some regressions in the latest patch number 7, I think. So I think that might work a little bit better. We'll see. But I might give this game a go as well. One-armed robber. I might try this game. Yeah, I might. You know what? Let's not do Baldur's Gate 3 because I kind of know this works. I have a lot of footage of Baldur's Gate 3. Let's do this one-armed robber game. Let's try this one. And I also want to download... I'm just going to pick up a copy of 7 Days to Die. Let's just let this download. Well, it's giving some issues at the moment. Okay, has this like crashed on me? Sometimes Steam does freeze up, so I wonder what this is. I'll load up Steam again. Let's do, what was it? Let's go graphics to like medium. It's really annoying, there's no invert. Will Final Fantasy VII Rebirth run on Mac? I hope so. How do you enter the warehouse? What? Am I missing something? Is something not rendering correctly? Because it looks like it's all working correctly. What the keys are? What for? Reload, switch gun up, jump, sprint, crouch, pause. How do you Is to try become human on Mac is not currently possible. What's a lockpick? Is that the screwdriver? So you have to hold down the left mouse button in order to hold this. As soon as you let go of the mouse button, you drop your tool. No, I can't pick up the lockpick anymore. It's weird. I'm not sure I'm going to get very far with this. I think this is a bit buggy because if I try to right click on this gun, it kind of oh. I'm just following these whatever these guys do. Carrying a duffel bag into a low polygon bank. This would never happen in real life, like murdering people to get access to a little bit of money. I think a little Payday. Destroy the power boxes. What power boxes? these like special forces or something? Okay, we are not doing very well. I destroyed the power box. This is one of the most rudimentary games. I can't believe that there are 10,000 people concurrently playing this game right now. I'm completely out of ammo. I can't seem to hit them either. I seem to have survived way longer than I should have in that game. Okay, that's one-armed robber. That's a game, I suppose. Somebody said I should be playing Payday 2. Okay, let's try this out. Payday 2, eh? Payday 2. Yeah, unfortunately Detroit is not playable on the Mac, just because it uses Vulkan, and we don't have a proper Vulkan to Mac layer yet. Maybe possible with a Sahi Linux in the future. I think I'd managed to boot it to the menu in the past. Okay, so this is, I think this is going to be using OpenGL. It's not DirectX because there's no metal translation there coming up. So we need the in-game FPS counter. See if that works. Hey K6, welcome to the stream. Goes K well, welcome. Today we are back in business. So I think I've got a pretty good list of games. Combat Master, Isonzo, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, League of Legends, Dota 2, Path of Exile 2, War Thunder, World of Tanks, Diablo 4, Valheim, Roblox, Minecraft, Rust, Counter-Strike 2, Tekken 8, Palworld, Rust, Super Animal Royale, Unturned, 7 Days to Die. I think the list is like not bad. It's quite a big list as well. Do people still play Hearthstone? Wonder why it's not loading. Maybe I'll try without modern CPU support. Do you think that'll help? Has anyone had much experience running Payday 2 on the Mac? Is Borderlands 3 considered a good multiplayer game? Not sure. Like looter shooters. Works on on Parallels. Not so good on crossover, it seems. Borderlands 2, the Mac port or the Windows version? Maybe I can see if I can get the Mac version of this game. I don't recall it performing particularly well. So Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 3? Yeah, I'm probably not going to cover this one. I think I've got enough footage for kind of everything. Been streaming for about 3 hours now. Is Borderlands 3 available on Steam? Whoops, I entered the wrong age. God, I'm not permitted. Oh, you're kidding me. Just looking on my PC. I think this was just on sale on the winter. It's so weird that there's no Mac version of Borderlands 3 on Steam. It's only the Windows version, which is bizarre. Okay, it's transferring from my computer, but it's respecting my download limit, but I don't really care about that as long as it's going fast over the local network. Let's do Borderlands 3. Well, Borderlands 2 is what we're looking at. How big is Borderlands 3? It's a big download, isn't it? I wonder if Brawlhalla is working on a Mac. Brawl. Yeah, that's quite a big deal too, Brawlhalla. I haven't seen this game for ages, actually. People used to ask about this all the time because as a Mac port, it's kind of... It's quite small and lightweight free-to-play game. You know, so why wouldn't it be good? Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if I can get this version work on the Mac. Because it used to require like a certain fix. Let me just see. Brawl. So this used to like require entering into the beta. This is a long time ago.
Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Can't seem to get this to full screen. Oh, there we are, full screen mode.
Online. Jiro.
Okay, real online multiplayer match.
3, 2, 1, brawl. Shut down.
Oh. Everyone's disconnecting from the match, and this guy in green is like really dominating.
Legendary. Got him. Double knockout.
It's a pretty brutal death. I'm not doing very well in this game. There's like a shocking lack of like proper multiplayer shooters.
Dominating. 2, 1. Complete annihilation. Player 3 wins.
Okay, he scored 40. I wonder if there are any other good titles. I've done 7 Days to Die. I've just purchased 7 Days to Die, so I might try and install this now. I'm not sure how long it's going to take though. $20 GB. I'm doing the Mac version using Steam, and it doesn't work with any controller I use. I'm not sure controller's going to work well with that. I'm not sure how comprehensive I want to be with the next video that I make about multiplayer games. So I'm trying to like narrow it down. There's quite a few that do work pretty well. I'll be right back. Everything that you're saying can be heard. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let me see what we can do now. It also runs outside of big picture mode. Weird game. Okay, I'm not sure why you want to run it in big picture mode. It's just 7 Days to Die. It's not really a console port of a game, is it? It's more like a game that you want to play on a desktop, I think. Good evening from Singapore. Okay, thank you very much for joining the stream today. Thank you. Okay, I think the last game I'm going to be looking at is 7 Days to Die. I mean, I think Borderlands is uh, is interesting. I bought the M4 Mini Pro with upgraded GPU and 48 GB of RAM. Would the extra game give gaming a boost? You mean the extra RAM? Yes. For certain types of games, like if you're going to run Red Dead Redemption 2 through crossover, then yeah, you'd definitely benefit. There's a lot of games which are very close to hitting that 24 GB of RAM. So just it will help with that. But beyond 24 GB, it's probably not going to help much. Like I think you probably could have kept it at 24, and the gaming performance is going to be extremely similar. The only game that's going to make a difference too is anything which uses a huge amount of VRAM, like Red Dead Redemption 2, which is still in absolute infancy in how that game can run. So still early days for that particular game anyway. I wonder if people still play Lethal Company. Oh yeah, they do. Tried CST and it ran bad. Did you try using D3D Metal or DXVK? Because that's like that's the real question, really. If you're running it default, that's the wrong way to run it. You should be running using D3D Metal. I tested it out earlier in the stream, and Counter-Strike 2 definitely works better with either DXVK or D3D Metal, and probably better with D3D Metal, to be honest. Okay. God, worst. I haven't tried GeForce Now, and it looks ugly since it was locked to 1080p on my 4K monitor. Yeah, you mean Counter-Strike 2? Yeah, you don't want to be running Counter-Strike 2 through GeForce because it's just going to introduce a lot of latency for no reason. let's have a look. Okay. Can I join a game? Can I join this game even though this is an EAC game? The server is easy anti-cheat. So if I load in, is that going to work? I don't know. I've never really played this game before. God, it's 3 minutes to download that. Let me just see if I can just get... So does it take that long to download? Okay, so has this just crashed? What's happened here? Okay, so I might just... It says downloading world, but I think it's just kind of... What's going on? Okay, so is easy anti-cheat the issue? Like, do I have to launch it without easy anti-cheat? So if I click on the launcher, yeah, without EAC. It's impressive how little this little one can run this game quietly. Do you think it can handle a 4-hour session? Yeah, easily handle it with 4-hour sessions are easy because active cooling with a fan just means that temperatures are fine. No real issues here. I join a game? Let's have a look, Europe. I remember when I got the MacBook Air M1i. Finish that thought. Okay, ready to spawn. Oh, I'm not doing very well. Wish this Mac compatible game was on the Mac App Store and not with any Steam or controller issues. Yeah, I can't. I've got my controller paired and it doesn't seem to be detected, so controller's not supported, I guess. How do you show FPS on this game? Because the Steam overlay isn't working. F8. F8. Okay, I can see the FPS status on the left here. Oops. When the M1 Air, I tried HOTS from Blizzard and was very impressed with the performance, and it wasn't hot even the fan. Okay. I'm not sure many people play Heroes of the Storm anymore. Kind of a dead game, right? Will Split Fiction be supported by crossover? I have no idea. the performance of this seems to be very bad. Like, this is an M4 Pro chip. It's quite a lot of RAM. I'm only getting like 30 FPS. We have this graphical flickering issue here. Probably not really recommended, to be honest. Let me try dynamic resolution mode. God damn it, I'm trying to help fix the game. Try a clone drone in the danger zone. What's a clone drone? This is like 1440p. I'm not sure I would recommend this because it just seems like it's just really janky. If you turn dynamic resolution mode on, trying to get 60 FPS. I did 720p run at 60, not on Crossfire, only Steam Mac version. This is the Steam Mac version. This is the Mac OS version of it. So it seems you can only really play this game with EAC turned off. There aren't many servers. It seems like a really bad idea to play this game, so I'm probably not going to recommend this one. Okay, I think that's I've had enough of 7 Days to Die. Okay, what else we're looking at now? Then there's all of the, I guess, there's like StarCraft 2. There's, which is not on the list. I've made footage for it already, StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2. Yeah. That's a whole bunch of games that I've done. Okay, I think I've recorded all the footage. I've brought probably like 30 multiplayer games which run pretty well on the Mac. Probably try to like pare them down a bit because some of them are less good than others. I mean, some games run better than others. Let's just say that. And I think Did you run with the metal turned on with its own launcher? You mean 7 Days to Die has its own launcher? Yeah. What's split fiction? What is it? Adventure game. March 25, I don't know. Next week is, okay, what do we see? FF7, Rebirth, Mac. So yeah, 23rd of January. So we're talking 1 week. 23rd. Oh, it's on Thursday next week. I might stream that then. Depends what time it comes out. So 7 days. You see, 7 Days to Die has its own metal launcher, but I didn't see that when I launched this show game launcher. Oh, there's a metal launcher. God, I'm so wrong. Thank you. Use easy. Can I use easy anti-cheat to launch the game? That might make a difference. Because the GL OpenGL version's shit, right? This is why we stream, because sometimes I don't have a clue. Does that mean I can join any adventure game, any game, even if it's got anti-cheat? So let's try new search. No password protection. Blood Moon, let's try that. It's got easy anti-cheat. Let's see if that'll connect. Let's see if that'll actually connect up. Okay, let's load. It's loading way better now. I don't know a thing. Just learned a big Reddit post. Just want to run with no problems. Should they say without EAs? Though they say without EAs, it runs better. Yeah, I imagine it does. I'll see if I can connect to this EAC server. Okay, it should be fully downloaded now. Okay, initializing. Getting there. Okay. That's the French rules. Of course, I'm going to agree. Well, performance is way better. Yeah, we can run this at high at 1440p, which is not bad. It's way better than the Open GL version, the GL Core version. I think I'll run this at medium. The FPS is 60 at medium 1440p at on the M4 Pro Mac Mini, so not really not too bad. I wonder if it's going to be daytime soon. So the metal HUD is saying 60 FPS, but the in-game counter is saying 60, 80. Tutorial challenges. I wonder what those zombies are. Bro, can you upload best games to play on Mac M3 8GB? I already did that video last year. You can find it on my YouTube channel. MacBook Air M3 with 8GB of RAM. I've covered about 10 games, 15 games that I can run on that. So just, Sibi, just make sure to check out the rest of my YouTube channel because it's all there, baby. Hello, businessman. Oh, I'm almost dead. This guy's on fire, man. Run! Is this a different lobby building or the same one? Same businessman as well. Yeah, I'm running an M4 Pro. Someone's got constructed some kind of building here. So we've got the American flag on the French server. It's brave. Zombie vulture. Seriously. Poor, I'm almost dead. Marlene, this is like a named zombie. Oh, there's two of them. I'm about to die now. My MacBook Air M3 is not charging. The charger is blinking orange light indicating an issue. This is a normal issue for MacBook Air. That's not a normal issue. Normally, the blinking light on the MagSafe charger means something's wrong with your battery or something like that. If you only bought it 5 months ago, then you should probably just go contact Apple and then get an issue a warranty return. There's not really much else you can do apart from get a warranty. Vulture's back. Okay, so 7 days to die with the metal version, okay? That seems to work okay. Medium at 1440p. Better than I was expecting, I guess. And I'm glad that David Martinez actually came in and warned me that we need to do this. Run the metal version, which I didn't even realize existed as a concept. We can even connect up to the EAC servers, so, you know, everything I've read seemed to indicate that you couldn't connect her to an EAC server, but apparently you can. Mo. Okay, not. Do you think game compatibility by Apple would be on par with Steam Proton without third-party software like Crossover? No, I mean Steam Proton's the only reason why we can get games like Crossover and Warframe and other games working on a Mac. Without it, it would be impossible to get even a fraction of the compatibility for these games. Oof, ouch. Okay, I think I'm done for 7 days to die. Not my kind of game. So I'll be glad to refund that later. I mean, I did try this game out years ago, like 4 years ago when I did the initial footage for this game. Yeah, it's been interesting. Okay, guys. Well, that is my stream today. We've done nearly 4 hours, and I've covered a load of multiplayer titles. So I think I've achieved everything that I wanted to, and I'm gonna put together this whole video as like a compilation, probably sometime this week or next week. So I have to start working on that. Anyway, thank you for joining the stream. I think next time I'm gonna plan something for next week. I mean, next week is Rebirth. I think Rebirth week. So I'll definitely try to cover that. And I wouldn't mind actually, playing Remake, because I haven't really got much done with Remake yet. In terms of the game, I've got to the Don Corneo part. So FF7 Remake walkthrough. Okay, I'm just partially way through the game. I wouldn't mind actually like finishing the game before it starts. So I'm in the Don Corneo part. Where is that? I think it's like train wreck. Have I got here yet? I wouldn't mind playing a bit more. Maybe I'll stream a bit of that game tomorrow. Because I would like to finish that game. It really deserves to be finished. Maybe I'll stream it later. Anyway, thanks you for joining the stream, guys. I will see you next time. Right, bye bye.